What up, what up? It's the Chief Kaseek Ortiz.
Tyrant333, and this is Figure It the Fuck Out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and we got another topic today. This was ignited a little bit by just seeing some iconic album covers get pushed out recently. I saw that Party Next Door one with that, imperfect but beautiful chick bent over with the stretch marks and everything like that.
Yeah.
And you see album covers like that. That went viral. So in turn, we'll see what happens with the music and if the music actually ends up selling a lot. But
Yeah.
it's at a good start. It has the virality. It's got all the blogs posted it just because of the album cover. So that's something that, we've always seen for a while. We've seen some pretty, eye-catching album covers out there. But, what would you say is the transformation going on right now in the music game with the graphics and just the album covers in general?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a whole lot of, great album covers that really set the tone or the precedent for whatever it is that people are going to be pushing in that moment. But what I've been seeing is that, there's always a resurgence of something different or something kind of circling the block and doing something similar to what it used to be. But, I mean, I went through an entire year doing, AI type covers, and they were really dope. And now I'm, really obsessed with people actually just seeing me, because I always felt like if I did an album or an EP, it had to show a picture of me.
Yeah.
And then I started doing single covers where it's here's AI or here's just some random text or whatever, which is still cool. But now I'm kind of you know what? Everything I want to do, I just want to show my face and attach my face to it. But I think what people are doing now is that the covers are actually becoming a lot easier, a lot more simplified. Me and your brother, Ben Grizz, we talk about this shit all the time where it's now album covers will come out and it won't even say the title.
Yeah, it'd just be a piece of crazy art or something like that. People are doing a lot of different things with those.
Yeah. It's if anything, all you see on it is whatever the subject might be, whether it be your face or a car or whatever, and then maybe the parental advisory sticker on it if it's, explicit.
Ben Grizz got one like that.
We have
steak and rice. It just says steak and rice, red letters.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Wait, it didn't have an image of him on it? I could have swore it did.
That was for the actual mixtape or the EP. It was Expensive Taste. So it has this picture this crazy little red Lamborghini behind him and everything. Him and his grill popping.
Yeah.
That's the.
I do remember that one.
Yeah, there's other people who came out with, I think, a record Expensive Taste, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's the only Expensive Taste I know. So shout out to my brother Ben Grizz.
Right.
GGF in the building.
Facts. Gang shit. That might be right. Then yeah, you said steak and rice. So steak and rice is kind of arched. Yeah, okay. I think I know what you're talking about. So yeah, all those cover arts definitely worked. It's funny because I'm not really for one to have low quality images or anything like that used as a cover art. But now it's people just don't give a fuck. That dude, Party Next Door, posted that cover. Shit. I could have posted something like that. I got clips like that.
I'm not a huge fan of Party Next Door, but I don't know when the last time he dropped the album, but he's got a lot of fans from what I see. People really rock with his music.
Right. I fuck with him. I know he's, got some fire shit, so I definitely rock with him, especially with the whole OVO and him and the whole Drake scene. I have no idea what that relationship is like now, but...
Yeah, I haven't really seen him paired with Drake in a minute, but he's still pumping out music, and I'm going to have to go check that album out, definitely. But there's been other albums like that where they had a half-naked chick on the cover, that made it go. We also talking about Drake. Yeah. Drake in 21, they had that chick, Her Loss.
Yeah.
Some random chick on the cover. This is the day and age where we're seeing these models go viral, become famous off of an album cover.
Yes, right. Well, especially if you're talking about somebody as big as Drake, it's kind of as soon as you post that cover, because he dropped that and then he dropped the other version where his son drew it.
Yeah.
So it's that shit's going, that goes viral. But even then, that was kind of, I don't want to say bitten, but that was kind of more so inspired by, the people at Griselda, where when they drop records, sometimes they'll have a kid draw the image and it's they're just using that. Yeah. So I think it's Westside Gunn or Benny the Butcher that drops the album covers like that. I think Benny the Butcher usually ends up just doing a photo of himself on some mob shit. And I think it might have been Westside Gunn and Conway that will release the record and it'll be their kid drew it.
Yeah, that's something super fire. That's outside the box too.
Right.
I mean, yeah, but I've seen those random images that have nothing to do, it seems with the song.
Yeah.
Be the album cover which, you know, I never get that, but now it's going back to hand in hand with that personable feeling. Artists want people to know who they are. To see their face. One of the most iconic ones I was telling you earlier, when it's just super fire, saw Kodak with the golden handcuff bracelet, you know, the gold grill, the gold chain, gold phone, you know, but he was all in black and white. Right. And so it made it all kind of stand out. And shout out to anyone out there who knows what that album I'm talking about. But
yeah, the cover in itself just kind of stands out. As simple as it is, it's just like how it's shot, how it looks becomes like the iconic. It's something you would, I always look at the covers like, do you want to wear that? Like on a shirt? Like if you look about like Snoop Dogg, when he had, you know, Doggy Style come out and it had like a cartoon style, like this, not The Simpsons. What's that shit called? Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown type of style cover where it's drawn on him, Snoopy, bending the chick over or whatever. Like these covers are so iconic. It's like you would love to wear that as a t-shirt.
One of the most fire ones I seen is that 50 Cent Bulletproof one.
Yeah.
Oof,
which I kind of like almost remade when I dropped Burium. Because I did that because I was inspired by that record. So I did the same shit where it's black and white, me holding the gun at the camera.
Yeah, like he, you know, had the shattered glass, like someone tried to shoot through the glass to him. You know, that was real fire how he did that. But, you know, with that being said, graphic designers, got to watch out, man. You got to constantly be able to upgrade. Also, learn how to use this AI shit. You're an artist, learn how to implement your art with the AI because the AI is moving so fast. I was just sitting here with Kaseek earlier and being like, man, we might have a bot in this bitch in a year or two that's own videographer in itself that's taking photos and getting programmed to do different things. Right. You know, that's helping a possibility.
Us do it all. Yeah, helping us do it all would be amazing.
It's 2024, bitch.
One of my favorite graphic designers, his name is Noiseworks, spelled NOYSEWORKS, Noiseworks. He actually uses AI for a lot of his album work. What he'll do is that clients will hire him, but what he'll do is instead of, because he used to be the type that would take his camera outside and go shoot stock footage that he would end up using for helping you create your album cover. Now he's like, you know, just take a photo of yourself, send it to me. And now he's using AI to create the background. He's using AI to create the cars, the scene, giving you a certain style scene. It's like it's already pre-made for you. All you do is take that image, as long as you know the prompts, because he's clearly versatile in knowing how to use the AI prompts, create that. And now he's putting his artist or the subject into this photo. And it's like, damn, this shit looks crazy.
That's a great implementation right there, how he does that. There's a lot of AI out there, too, that's doing the stock photo stuff.
Yeah.
Like Pictory. I know that's one of them.
I haven't dived into it, but I did see a few things, and it's like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. In video or something like that. There's a lot of different platforms out there that's got stock photos and footage. A lot of those you're seeing going viral on TikTok right now, too.
Like I said, I'm not even sure if that news article is real, but when I heard that Tyler Perry kind of stopped building up some of those sets after he started seeing what AI could do, whether it's video or photography wise or not, like just the graphics in general, the AI is giving it a run for its money. Where he was like, I don't even know, like I said, I just read the headline and a few parts of the article, don't even know if it's true, if that's why he stopped. But it would make sense if he stopped or slowed down the production because he's like, you know what, I might not need these extra sets when I can just use AI.
The movies, I was talking to somebody the other day, and the movies are becoming kind of trash these days. There's a lot of remakes. It's like there's no more original thought. Did Hollywood run out of ideas? Did the actors stop wanting to act? Nah. You also hear with that AI shit that they're starting to use these people's likeness. Right. And if they signed a contract for certain type of video or a movie years ago, they're using that same AI replica of them in a new movie. And not paying them for the new movie. You know, so...
Yeah. I haven't heard no instance of that, but I heard, obviously, that, you know, there's likeliness going away. I mean, some of it would make sense. Like, you know, I really do like Michael J. Fox, and it would be really cool to see another movie come out of, like, Back to the Future. Because now he's got, like, cerebral palsy or whatever, so, like, he can't really walk and talk. He, like, shakes. Yeah. So, like, it would be kind of cool to see him kind of come back and use his likeness for a movie. Like, but...
And back to the music, so where would you think, like, I think they've had AI replicating artists' music already, or their voice, like Drake, stuff like that.
Yeah, so a lot of this
When that
AI,
breaks,
a lot of this AI already is being trained on listening or looking at covers. So if you're talking about making music, a lot of the AI is already built around by putting all the music into it and then letting it learn it so it can help create something new. So it's already basically a sample program. It's already just sampled off of who we are as a likeness and trying to generate. So there's already like so many infractions inside of it
yeah,
that can create red flags. And it is being out there. You know, I know Snoop has already, I think Snoop's been with this shit for a minute, because when there used to be those TomToms for, before our phones could have GPS on, we used to have TomToms.
yeah.
I remember that he licensed his voice to be used as a TomTom. So you could be like, take a left, take a right.
Oh, you're right. Khaled did that same shit on
Khaled?
the Waze app.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he'd be like, turn left right now.
Really?
You bugging, slow down.
No shit. I didn't even know that.
And it was only on there for like a week or so, like a month. I don't know what he got done with Waze, but that shit was fire. I was like, yo, put
I didn't
that
even
on
know
the
that.
Khaled
Yeah.
voice.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and he ain't the first one to do it. The first one I knew that really did it was like Snoop Dogg, and like you could add these voices or whatever. So like these people are clearly on board and being able to use it.
Yeah, and going into that, man, with the whole graphic design of everything and going back into that portion of things, I know that you and Ben Grizz had a couple records that you did roll out with AI cover arts.
Yeah, so
did you
pretty
want to
much
talk about any of those?
Yeah, so I really just use Midjourney. I paid for Midjourney because you have to pay for it. You can still do some free stuff, but you can't really use it commercially. But I paid for it, and then I learned some prompts, and I just created a bunch of covers for what me and your brother already had going on, and then honestly for a bunch of records that I had going on. I was like, I was looking at my financial standpoint, and I was like, you know what? I don't have, $200 or $300 to be spending on graphic designs with these graphic designers. So, you know what? How about I just spend that same $300 and get a whole bunch of covers?
Yeah,
I was looking
it
at
cost efficient.
Made it cost efficient so I could breathe for later on. Now I'm getting back into the mode of like, okay, now I want to hire my photographers or graphic designers and get them back into the loop. But yeah, we had a whole bunch of records. I think me and your brother already released 4 or 5 songs. We used AI covers for all of them. I have probably like 10 more of my own, used AI covers. Actually, Bomb First. If you remember that cover, it's literally just a hand singling up, you know what I'm saying, in a crowd, everybody's looking like they're riding. I did that with AI.
Yeah, that one, I like that record y'all did, Brake Lights. Man, I'd be bumping that one.
That's the only one I really edited. I just had AI do it, but I liked the license plate and I just put brake lights in it. I just uploaded it to Photoshop, put brake lights in it, made it just looks good. But like, yeah, that cover right there, AI, looked like some GTA shit.
And another thing I like with the whole graphic work, or I don't know who gets these done. I've never really, Ben Grizz hasn't gotten any done yet, but those visualizers, they're almost like a whole music video in itself. Shout out to Sleepy Hollow. He has like these artwork videos.
Okay.
The whole music video is straight artwork, and it just kind of loops back and forth.
Okay.
And just plays the song. That's a good idea for any artists out there who's really into the art side of things or the graphic side of things. You got good music, put that behind it. It's the visual aspect of it is making you come back over and over and over again, because you're like, whoa, just look at that. All right, look at that on this.
I'm actually not even familiar with what you're talking about. Does it look like some lo-fi shit where like it's going through like a city or something like that?
Yeah, he has those.
Okay.
He has ones where it's more like a 3D, like enhanced version, I want to say a 2024 version. Like it looks very, like futuristic style, I guess.
I'm gonna have to check those out. But I do see a lot of them. Like I think it's all really dope, all real creative. I think for, like you were saying, a lot of these graphic designers need to not just focus on creating the designs themselves, but utilizing AI and learning these prompts. That way you can use it to your benefit.
Exactly. Because those are going to be the ones who really are able to keep going.
Yeah.
But there's still a space for this right now where a lot of people just love real art, man.
Yeah.
They want to go to the artist and see him draw it out. They want to go to the photographer.
Right.
And, like you said, take that iconic photo.
Yeah. That human interaction is everything, because now we always say in all these episodes that relationships matter. And there's not much of a relationship that you're building with, some artificial intelligence. It's artificial. It's fake, But there's a lot more to be had if you're actually meeting with somebody, scheduling something, creating the photo shoot, the layout, the scenery, all that stuff, you know, coming together. That. Yeah. Once you actually like, it's kind of like when you make food, you know, nothing in the microwave tastes better than what it would taste like if you were to marinate and cook it slowly on the stove and in the oven. When you make something with love, you can almost taste that. You already knew, like, oh, if your mom just, or your whoever was, you know, taking care of you, just made something up real quick, here's ramen noodles. You don't taste love in that. You know, it's not like, oh my God, this reminds me of home. And we all know those comfort foods that we have, whether it be rice and beans, whatever. You make that shit and it's like, damn, when I come home and it smelled like this. And music is the same exact way.
Yeah, and I also, bringing up that old episode, that quality versus quantity conversation.
Yeah.
A lot of people are stuck in, we got to pump out so much music. So you need a lot of cover art, a lot of art for this stuff.
Yeah.
So you might have to bounce back and forth between getting the iconic art, the ones with the photographers, whatever your budget allows you to do.
Whatever you feel like. You know, what I like about Russ is that when he releases his music, majority of the time, it's a very simple cover. And the colors will change. It'll just be a square image, which is, you know, the normal cover size, but it might be green, it might be blue, it might be light blue, it might be purple. And then it'll be like some little sketched out drawing of whatever the song might be. It doesn't have the title or anything like that. I think that's what he does. That's like a part of his marketing strategy is that he'll create these covers and he posts them online and says, can you guess the album, guess the song name? By looking at the image, just guess the song name. That's like his fan interaction.
Okay. Yeah,
but the cover is super, super simple.
So by looking at the image, because they've already been tapped in with him and seen previous things he's dropped, like a freestyle video, lyric video, things of that nature. Okay. Yeah, that definitely creates that personal feeling. Like, yo, you saw when I was in the makings of this.
Yeah.
Because you said he does a lot of things on the fly, right?
Yeah, a lot of the stuff is kind of like on the fly where I won't say it's on the fly. It's very strategic now, but he just creates the cover, puts it online and says, this is going to drop Friday. Guess the name. It creates the engagement. People are having fun in the comments.
Hitting that upload button all day, too.
Hitting the upload button, dropping all these records.
And, you know, that's the way to be. Is there any graphic designers, I know you mentioned one there, is there any that kind of helped you create some of those iconic records that you made in the past?
Yeah, actually, Dick Coles, which he's actually a part of Brain Sick Music with Twisted Insane, and he was rocking with King ISO and shit like that. He's actually another one because he's the one that created the first Status Quo albums. I have a good relationship with him. He's a good-ass dude. But I really liked his artwork style. His artwork style looked to me similar to what Noise Works was doing. Another one is like Wyatt Snyder, even though I don't think I use Wyatt for...
I heard, I messed with Wyatt a couple
I think
times.
we've done a few things with him for like our flyers and stuff like that. Great dude. Loved building with him. I don't think I used him yet for a single or album yet. Usually I always had like my go-to. Like, here's my go-to guy. Relationships matter. Here's my go-to guy. Hey, I know that if I give him whatever it is I'm looking for, he's going to be able to make it up for me. He's the one that actually pretty much did all my cover arts. Like They Watching You, Get Away, Status Quo, and Status Quo Reloaded. Yeah, now that I think about it, I probably got like 5 covers with him that all really meant something to me.
That's heat.
When I personally feel like I'm really in love with a record and it really means something to me, I usually go to a graphic designer, except for the past few records. The past few records is all AI for, like I just said in the beginning of the episode, for a financial standpoint.
And how do you come up, like, I know you look at the record, obviously, and what the record's telling you, but I guess what's your thought process of actually coming down to the final edit of what this cover is going to be? Do you go with these people's word, the graphic designer, or is it really your kind of like your vision that's going to stick out on the cover?
Well, for the actual album cover itself, it's usually, I've already had the idea in my brain. Because of his album, it's usually on how I feel. Status Quo, it literally means status Kaseek world order. And what that meant was that a status quo is always looked at as like the normal. Yeah. Like this is what the basic normal is that everybody's used to. Mm-hmm. Status quo, which is Kaseek world order, meant that I was breaking. It was like the reversal. It was like I'm breaking what the normal status quo is, and now I'm ruling the world. So my idea of having the world in my glasses meant that I was coming for the world.
That's real deep.
Yeah.
See,
So
but see, people wouldn't know that if you ever asked the question, you know?
And then you look at Status Quo Reloaded. I used my gun because this is like a reloaded clip, but now I'm on Earth. I'm taking it over. So that was like the reload.
Okay.
So it's like,
okay.
There's like a storyboard to it. You know what I'm saying? As far as the other covers though, I actually let him have free range to it. I just let him know what the song might have been about. I actually even think I sent him the songs and be like, yo, whatever you felt like the song is making you feel, come up with a cover. Because I like creativity. So it's like, if you listen to a song and it makes you feel a certain way, I might run with your idea. Like, oh, if it made you sad, I might come up with something sad. If it made you feel like you're on top of the world, you're a king, I might make something that aligns with that emotion, that feeling, because music is the emotion.
That's a good thought process for artists to kind of think about as they're coming up with their graphics and everything like that.
Right.
One I love is it's kind of simple but creative. Like you saw the Fed Babies cover art. I know you all Young Boy fans out there.
Yeah.
Young Boy and Moneybag. That shit was fire. It was their two sons, but they were dressed in some drip. Like it was the drip they would have on.
Yeah.
The Young Boy's son had like the scar on his head that he has and everything like that. It looked like them, but it was their babies and Fed Babies.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the play.
Yeah.
But it was good enough where it was fire,
Yeah.
you know? Another one is my brother Ben Grizz. He did something pretty cool. He reached out to people and his fans and was just like, yo, what should I call my next EP? They started dropping names, fire names.
Yep.
Hitting the chat with a bunch of different names. One that stuck, No Hibernation.
Right.
You're Ben Grizz. You Ben Grizz. This is GrizzGangForever.
Right.
No Hibernation. Perfect. You know, and we're dropping all year.
Yeah.
So
the best part of that too is that actually came from my cousin that chimed in. Because my cousin's the one that said no hibernation.
wow, okay.
So
Shout out to him.
It's like, yo, all right. Shout out to Ricky.
I didn't even know that. So, you know, and then he came up with a whole concept off that name, was able to come up with a whole concept. You got the bear like, rah, ripping through the city in no hibernation mode, you know? And one of the bear coming out the cave. So it was able to come up with some real dope artwork off of that concept.
Yeah. It was kind of comic bookish. Like it was fun. Something fun. Actually, another one that's probably my favorite of your brothers is I keep forgetting. I think it might be Smoke Out the Window or Out the Window, where it's him driving around and he had that artist from Boston or something like that just draw it all out. Like it's completely custom.
That one is real dope too.
Actually, you know what else is probably my all-time favorite? Going back to what I said, like Snoop Dogg, you think about all this shit. It's like, would you want to wear it on a t-shirt? Catch Me If You Can.
Ooh, yeah.
With the gingerbread man.
He's a gingerbread.
Yeah. I almost kind of wish it was like a gingerbread bear.
Yeah.
But regardless, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really matter. The cover is fire. It's very cartoonish. It's like, I would like to wear that shit as a shirt.
Yeah. And we got these shirts back here. We be bumping them out too.
$5,000.
Graphic.
Bring it on. $5,000.
$5,000.
You know what I'm saying?
And we also got a hell of an artist who came in here and painted this on the wall in here. I'll show y'all some of y'all on live after, but that shit is a great artwork, man. And shout out to the artists out here. They combine with the musicians, and the videographers, and they get it. They make it happen.
Really make magic happen. I know that your brother spent a nice penny on having that. I think it was a female paint that, because I think she was a painter, so she basically painted it and then scanned it for the album cover. So it was like, that shit is fire.
Yeah.
Whether she painted it or did it digitally, like that's super original. If anything, it should be painted. So like there's always this level of artwork. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to tell artists not to be emotional about their work when other people don't like it, when all of our emotions are going into it. When you talk about music business, you kind of have to leave the emotions out of it, but everything within inside of the music itself is emotional.
Very emotional.
Like, even
it's all frequencies.
I can't even pull it all out now without looking at it, because you had asked me about my covers. Like, Kaseek World Order, if you look at the sunglasses, the world is inside of it. I was looking at it from outside the galaxy. Now you look at Kaseek World Order, it looked like in a zombie apocalypse because I had already came to the world. I am destroying what is the normal status quo. I am creating a new status quo, which is Kaseek World Order, which means that I rule the world.
That's fire.
But if you look at it from that standpoint, that storyboard, that's one thing. But I also have a storyboard where I'll create song titles, and then in the song titles for an album, if you actually look at it from 1 to however many songs I have on it, if you actually read it, I'm actually telling a story with the song titles.
Yes, I've seen that too.
So it's like I
That's
do shit like
creative
that
too. Yes.
I don't say about it. I don't make songs about it. I just kind of subconsciously will create an album. And if you read the song titles in itself, it actually tells you the story.
Yeah, that's dope. And that's all, part of the thought process of being an artist right there.
Yeah.
A true artist.
Right.
You got to put all that together.
Yeah. And those are like, for people that become cult fans of Kaseek Ortiz, those are the ones that would be the ones that notice it. I mean, if people watch this now, they could easily be like, oh, I read through what he was talking about and now I see what he meant.
Yeah.
But now it's like I'm letting you in on a deeper secret, inner circle secret that I have about my own music. You'd be like, oh, I see what he's doing now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's always good to get that insight. It makes people fall in love with the artist more.
Yeah.
Even whatever it is, the business people. I see people out here who love all these type of entertainers, streamers, motivational speakers because they really get to know them.
Yeah.
And really feel like they know them. And all right, how would they approach this? And that inspires them and motivates them to go throughout their daily lives and get it done.
Yep. That's also a way for me as artists, not just me, but other artists, that when you do stuff like that, you're kind of creating a certain fan experience that when somebody else catches it, you almost feel a little bit closer to that fan because you're like, oh, so you caught that slick shit I did. I did something on purpose.
At the end of the day, it's all about the art. And the art will reign supreme. So graphic designers figure out how to adapt. The artists are figuring out how to adapt. Videographers figure out how to adapt because AI is coming for y'all too.
Yeah.
And, we'll all figure out how to really keep creating at a high level. And this is Figure It the Fuck Out.
Yes, sir.